Is totally overhaul the new system by totally just reinstalling Windows with nothing but Windows, and then I can stand next to her and help her make sure everything that she needs is actually put in place. So I'll do a little bit of preliminary setup, and then with her we'll finish up Office.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
Call her.
sure.
The number's in there.
Yeah. This is the old one.
Yeah, and she's got a sheet of paper in here. I don't know where it is or anything. She
Yeah.
just told me it was in there. There it is.
All right.
Okay, and that's her name, and this is her phone number.
Got it.
And if you want to call her and say, hey, this is what I was planning on doing.
Yeah, she called me earlier. Yeah.
Okay.
She called me this morning.
Okay.
Cool. So I'll get on it, and I'll call you before the end of the day, or I'll call her anyway.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds
Thanks.
good. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. Let's see what we have here. Okay, we have the old Asus. That's right, this machine has its issues. So essentially this customer was in here a couple weeks ago. In fact, I think I caught our interaction live. This machine has a failing hard drive. It's also very slow. Well, basically the slowness is the failing hard drive. So I told them to go shopping if we weren't going to replace the drive on this five-ish year old machine. So it looks like they're going from Asus to Lenovo. And one of the things I usually like to make sure is that people understand what they're buying, because this machine here, this Asus, has probably a terabyte mechanical drive. So we want to make sure, I think part of our original conversation is that we made sure whatever she buys to replace this failing hardware is that she still doesn't downgrade her storage capacity. So let's see what we have here. We have, let's see. So this Asus, she had an Asus, what is this thing? An Asus model. Q is in Quebec, 302, U is in uniform. All right, so I'm going to pull the drive out of here. And then I'm also going to reinstall Windows on this thing. This is a Lenovo Slim 7. All right, so the first thing I like to do, I think the best thing for me to do first is to totally reinstall Lenovo's copy of Windows. Yeah, she's already given herself intro to the hardware, but I'm going to go ahead and reinstall this thing so that she has a more robust experience. Okay, yes, here's our copy of Windows. There we go. Let's see, let me get, okay, so, this has USB-A on the side. Yeah, one of the things to consider when you're buying a new computer. Brian, how are you? What's going on, Don Juan? I'm upgrading a customer's computer. When I say upgrading, she's getting a replacement as an upgrade. So I'm about to reinstall Windows 11 on this Lenovo Slim 7. I don't know what the tech specs are under the hood, but I believe I had a conversation with her that you could actually revisit. 2 weeks ago, we had that conversation live. So while this copy of Windows is reinstalling, I'm going to pull out her former hard drive and make it a USB drive so we can grab her stuff. Yes, that's what's up. Let's see here. How much battery? We have a full battery. What is the boot key for a Lenovo? I forgot. My primary laptop is a Lenovo. Let's see here. I'm going to hold the shift key and restart. Okay. So I'm going to hold the shift key and do restart. Looks like this customer did a preliminary login. Yes, well, it's not really a factory reset. I mean, Brian, as you know, I don't do factory resets. I do a virgin copy of Windows. So this will be the downloaded ISO from Microsoft's website, minus the Lenovo software that got pre-installed, like Dropbox, McAfee, 365, all that crap that we make fun of as techies that slows down a machine and makes the computer less reliable. You know what I mean. So I just held down the reset key, the shift key, and here we are. So I am about to, you know what I could do? Let's do this. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. Let me see if this is practical. I'm still trying to figure out the best use for my set here. Hi, Ed. This is Chris. Hey, I don't think we got around to me coming over and actually doing what I was supposed to the last time I was there.
Yeah, as far as what I'm noticing, the internet connectivity is not as good as it was.
Yeah. Well, no, what I didn't realize, remember when I was supposed to be over there, I was supposed to migrate you to the new network, and that wasn't done because they were they weren't really articulate about what needed to happen.
Right.
So what I need to schedule is when the best time for me to come by and do that so I could do minimal damage, meaning I need to kick the network offline for at least 5 or 10 minutes.
Sure. Realistically, in which you need to get Sonic to be involved with you on that at the same time, is that part of it? Or?
Best case scenario, no.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, so, boy, let me think. It probably would be best if it was more like a, could be 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock on a given day that you want to pick is probably a better time. In fact, let me think about that for a second.
Yeah.
A Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday morning of your convenience would probably be best.
Okay, how about my Tuesday morning?
Tuesday, which will be the 6th, right?
Yes, I think so. I'm not staring at the count. That sounds right.
Yeah, okay. Let me think. Now, I think my best bet, I'm going to have to be at a meeting in Torrance at 10. If I were to say 10 o'clock, Tuesday, or you know what, here we go. I could just let Christina, my billing person, know that you need to take the system offline for a little bit. Maybe Monday, because Monday for sure she'll be here.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that, and she can do stuff that does require being on the internet. So you want to say maybe, Chris, maybe like, is 9:30 okay for you?
9:30 Tuesday? Yes, that works.
Perfect. Okay. And I will just let her kind of a heads up. So for sure somebody will be here Tuesday. I just hope somebody will be here at 10, but I'm not even 100%. So.
No problem. Thanks.
Good.
All right.
Good. Great.
All right.
Okay. And at some point you were going to send me something about getting a replacement laptop for my sister.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if we were going to continue with that because we had that other question about whether that was appropriate, so I'll do that.
Well, probably is.
Okay, we'll do it. Got it. Thanks.
Great. Thanks, Chris.
I'll be there at 9:30 Tuesday.
Great. Thanks. Okay. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. There we are. How are you?
Good. You do.
I record interactions and I film the work that I do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I called you earlier, Josh.
Hi.
Yeah, the fucking.
Are you
Geek
Hermosa?
Squad. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool. Oh, so this is the machine.
This is it.
Okay, so your hard drive is probably, it works fine except that you're not sure what might have happened.
From the time that I was doing that, and they're like, you got to download this, it's going to give us this access. I'm like, this doesn't sound right.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it says, do not turn off your computer, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I
Right.
just turned it off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't need any of that.
Do you have any paid for software like Microsoft Office or anything?
It has a bootlegged Office on it.
Well, that's why I asked. So the way I like to fix a machine from a virus is totally wipe it clean, which means we're going to have to put everything back. So the first thing I do is totally reinstall Windows after. I mean, again, do you have data that needs to be saved somewhere else first?
No. I mean, do I have anything on my desktop? Maybe some files or something on my.
Okay. Well, I mean, I could just grab the bulk of what most people care about, which is the documents folder, the desktop, the
Right.
favorites.
That's it.
I mean, these days, more and more people are backing up to the cloud.
Yeah, I really just surf the internet on this thing. And,
All right.
And we print stuff off, and so it's not like.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife, we have iPads and we do all that stuff. So it's really kind of a basic home
Right.
computer to print stuff and
Yeah.
check email and shit like that.
Right.
And so I don't want. Yeah, there's.
Well, I just don't want to be too quick to pull triggers and then say I had something important on the desktop without me even thinking about asking you about it.
No.
All right, cool.
No,
So,
there's really nothing on there.
okay, so I'm basically asking, do I have permission to just wipe it clean without regard to data that might need to be saved? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's-
So
it-
are you able to save like the desktop
Yeah.
documents on it?
that's why I asked. It just takes me a little bit more effort to grab that data, put it to a safe location, and then put it back after I erase
Yeah,
the
do
machine.
that.
I'll do that. Got it.
How long do you need?
I'll have it fixed before the end of the day.
Great. Yeah, I've got
I
a
d-
2:00 appointment, and then.
Do you have a business card, or should I just write down your number? What should,
Hold
hold on, let me see if I just have it in the phone records here.
I called you at 11:36
Yeah.
or something.
Cool. Let's see here.
990-5674. Josh.
Let's see here. Recents.
Yeah, I can't.
You're Josh Barker?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll call you back before the end of the day.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm
Cool.
just up the street, and yeah, I just was like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna let
Got
this
it.
happen.
Yeah, I got it.
It was jacked up. It was, yeah. So, all right. Thanks, man.
I'll get on it. Thank
All right.
you.
I'll see you.
All right. All right, let's see here. My hair's falling on the way here. How are you, Brian? Yeah, so like I was saying, factory reset, my definition of a reset is a copy of Windows with no retail portional software or like a trial version of software. So let's see about me getting you guys to watch me re-image this machine. Yeah, Brian, thank you. Thank you for showing up. Let's see, down camera. No, let's do, how about this view here? All right. So obviously I got a lot of lighting. I'm nailing down, getting myself to literally look good and also be able to broadcast live to this very bright LED screen so that while the TV's broadcasting its light-colored content, my face doesn't turn into a big dark shadow. So be patient with me. All right, let's see here. Okay, so this is me about ready to totally reinstall Windows 11 on this brand new machine. Oh, I didn't mean to reboot it like that. Hack. Oh, that's interesting. The reboot donut's no longer dots, it's a solid line. So there we go. So I'm going to pull out once I get that Windows installation going. There we go. Get that cable out of the way. Okay, so now in order to get to where I was, I got a copy of Windows 11 plugged in. I'm going to hold the Shift key and then I'm going to just do the restart. Do not let go of the Shift key till it restarts. We're almost there. We're getting there. All right. Thanks, Brian. You make me look good. Otherwise, it's just me talking to myself. Okay, I'm holding down the Shift. There we are. Okay, so what I want to do is use device to the USB. I'm going to do enter, and then we're going to go UEFI USB. Enter. Let's see if I can modify. Let me see if this helps. No, I can't get rid of that light. Let's see if I can do a little bit of trickery here. That helps a little bit. How was your day, Brian? Dude, my hair is all over my face today. All right, there we go. Alrighties. You know what might help? Let's try this. Let's see if this works. let's see how this works. Let's see. Oh, yes, now I gotta fix that. That's still not that much better. Let's see, how's that look? You can kind of tell at least what I'm up to. Let's see how that looks. If I do that, oh, that helps a little bit. There. And there we go. Okay, so now, you know, Brian, how I like to do this. I'm going to do a fresh copy of Windows minus all the retail stuff. This is generally any brand new computer that shows up. And here we go. Mouse is not working. Is that a touchscreen? Oh, that's right. The driver for both the touchscreen and the mouse are not working. Something to pay attention to. So, go ahead. I'm going to use my magic adapter here. So, Brian, I have to use my USB-C adapter because people aren't making mice yet that have USB-C. They're all USB-A still. And I'm already using my USB-A availability on the other side of the computer for my copy of Windows 11. How's my sound, Brian? Alrighty. So I'm going to plug in this mouse using USB-C. Alrighty. There's our mouse, and now I'm going to hit next. And then I'm going to do install now. Let's see if I have to go digging out drivers for the SSD. What do you think, Brian? You think I'm going to have native support for the SSD? Oh, it's taking a little bit longer than expected. Check that box, custom. Hey, oh, look at that. Windows, the OEM ISO file already has configures, already has knowledge of the drive. Good. So delete. Delete. See, this is the factory re-image partition of 1.3 gigs. We're going to get rid of that. Delete. Delete. There we are. So we have a 1 terabyte SSD. And here we go. So while that's simmering, I'm going to pull her hard drive out of this other machine, because I don't know how cloud backed up she may or may not be. As you heard with our other conversation, our other customer here, he just dropped off a desktop. He got infected with the apparently a Geek Squad virus where he was scammed. Sounds good, Brian. Did you hear the audio okay? Hey, Brian, could you tell me how well that customer was sounding? I'm still experimenting with audio and video. I think I'm nailing down the lighting. I figured out how to get the screen to look good without my face being all washed out. Or vice versa. Let's see here. So it looks like this machine, the old machine is put together with more or less Phillips head screws, I should say. Oh man, I need a bigger screw here. Interesting. I have a new favorite Phillips head screwdriver that actually works for fairly small screws, smaller than I would have guessed. So, too low. Got it. Thank you. Here's what I'm up to now. So, meanwhile, thank you for that knowledge. Let me see if I can turn up that audio. Let's see here. That microphone was very close to his face. So it's good to know that that wasn't good enough. All right. I'll play with that audio later. Thank you. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going to take this giant screwdriver, what I'm calling a giant screwdriver, and let's see if it actually works. Hey, it actually works. What size screwdriver is this? This is it's a Gearhead brand. This is, what was it? It's the knockoff, it's the, what is that brand called? It's the house brand for, what is it, AutoZone? No, Pep Boys. Gearhead is the Pep Boys brand. So it's an automotive grade screwdriver that I would have guessed to be too big for a computer. Here's the size. There we go. So that's actually good enough and sharp enough to grab these Phillips head screws. So I don't remember if this computer was totally cloud backed up, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this drive out so we can USB it to the healthy computer. Is my audio? Okay, I sound good, but the customer's audio is too low. Got it. How's your day, Brian? Middle of mine, a little bit later than that. Alrighty. Yeah, this is a typical request for a brand new machine. I don't remember when this computer was last here, a couple weeks ago, if she was all cloud backed up. She might very well be. But ultimately, I want to be able to take this USB drive and USB slide everything over to the new setup. Good. Thanks. Thank you, Brian. Let's see. Okay, so this is the original Asus, which basically has a failing mechanical drive. It takes about 5 minutes to show up to a desktop. I can actually link her prior video, or that conversation, to this one. I don't get a chance to do that as often as I'd like. Okay, so I think this machine it feels like there's... Got it. Well, that was a fairly straightforward. That's all a little gamey, a little dirty. So potentially, if she wanted to, she could replace this and she'd be good to go. But I think after our conversation, we decided take the $250 and put it towards a new machine. Since this thing is pretty much aged out, technically you could replace the drive and get another 2 years out of it because it won't take Windows 11. It will, however, take Windows 10, and Windows 10 is still valid for the next two years or so. So we're done with that. And now I never would have guessed an automotive grade screwdriver would be the right screwdriver to open up a laptop. I just assumed the screwdriver was too big. What CPU is in it? What, the brand new one? Let's see, I got the brand new box. The brand new box is, it's a Lenovo, what is this thing? Let's see, are the stats on the exterior to the box? No, they are not. This is a Lenovo. That's weird. The stats are not on the external of, you know what? I wonder if they were on the sealed box. The sealed, the whiz-bang packaging, I guess. Yeah, so there were There's documentation that's no longer in here. We'll have to finish this copy of Windows to see what's under the hood. But as far as this machine here, I guess we'll have to fire that up to figure out what this is also. But it has a mechanical drive, that kind of dates it. I'm seeing very few modern machines have mechanical drives anymore. Whoop. Got a magnet that sucked up a screw here. Do. Okay, so best case scenario, I don't even have to do this part. Oh, there's one more screw here, that's why. Let's see here. This one more screw for this hard drive. Oh, we got two more. One more screw here. Okie dokie. Oh, look at this. Look at this scare tactic. Brian, they try to put a sticker here that says warranty void if broken. Check that out. There we are. Check that out. That's frustrating. Look up Magnus and Moss. Those are the, that's the legal document that says they can't void warranty if I poke around in hardware that I purchased. But that sticker's trying to intimidate me from breaking that seal. And that's how the company would try to weasel out of a warranty repair. Okay. God, the magnets are strong on this computer. Okay, so we have this hard drive, and now I have my fancy adapter. I'm going to turn this into a USB drive. Let's finish Windows. Let's go. Now, by the way, I think I said this already. I actually have to use an external mouse because we're at a state where the driver is not yet supporting the trackpad. So if this is you and you've never installed Windows, it's quite normal for your trackpad or even possibly your keyboard not to work out of the box. So USB, being the standard that it's been for the last 20 years plus, offers native support for an external mouse and or keyboard. Okay, so we don't actually want to plug into a network because we want to do a local account, because ultimately I can't do what I need to do otherwise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Ethernet cable, which is right here, and you're going to see what's going on here. So, as you can see, this is a home copy of Windows. You notice how the next button doesn't light up until I plug in Ethernet. There we go. And now the blue button is lit. And once that's lit, what I'm going to do is immediately disable the Ethernet so it's forced into a local account creation. And then once I get that local account created, I can then do all the downloads. There we go. 5th generation or better. Are we on our 13th generation of CPU yet, or is 12th generation still the latest and greatest? Checking for updates, it can't do because I've disabled its connection. If you've never been here before, my name is Chris. I'm the South Bay Tech Guru. Ah, there we go. We're done with that. There we go. I'm the South Bay Tech Guru. This is me filming the work. If this is the sort of stuff you like to watch, subscribe, keep track of me, show up in the YouTube chat. You can say hi to Brian in TalkTech. So we're just waiting on the, we're on our 12th, yeah, I knew we were on our at least 12th. I just didn't know if the 13th generation was latest and greatest yet. How many generations of the i9 are there? I know that's a fairly new chip. Are there more than one, is there more than one generation of chip of the i9? Dude, hurry up. It's taken a while to create this account, as you can see. 12th generation, yeah. Checking for updates. This is for a brand new computer. It's taking a bit of time to finish up this login creation. Oh, there we go. There's our local presentation. Okay, now I took a picture of what her login name is. It's a unique Hawaiian name. Let's see here. Let's see what we're up to. L E I There we go. And local account created. No password for now. Click next. Next. Accept. All right, and after this happens, I'll connect it back. Actually, at this point, I can, now that we've created our local account, I can plug the Ethernet back in. And that can continue to do its updates. And that is how I roll. Got it. I wasn't sure if the 13th generation was the latest and greatest. So how many generations of the i9 are there? Just the 12th and 13th, or was there an 11th generation i9? That's pretty much it. Here's the drive, the USB, what will be a USB drive once that's done. So, for anyone who wonders exactly what I charge people to do, this is me doing a fresh vanilla copy of Windows 11 in this case, with a local account, and then I'll stand over the shoulder to the customer when they come over, and we'll log into their Microsoft account, and then we're good. So ultimately, at this point, the mouse is still not working, which is total normal behavior, because this is what I want to show you. If we right click and then go to Device Manager, so this is the first vanilla copy of Windows. These are all the drivers that are currently missing. So we're online. Ethernet connection is connected. So we're going to do these updates. We're going to see a whole bunch of updates populate. Then we're going to download them. And most of these updates will be these drivers that are missing over here. Can you see the cursor on the screen there? Let me see. Let's see here. Yeah. Can you see? Yeah, all those exclamation points, those are drivers that are not yet installed. Those will get fulfilled as these updates happen, because it's that virgin copy of Windows that doesn't have anything out of the box. That's why I was surprised the SSD started working. I thought I was going to have to go fish the driver from Lenovo's website. All Right. Or sometimes the driver for the hard drive or SSD is just configured as a RAID, and if you turn off the software RAID, then it'll activate native support for the hardware. So at this point, it's hurry up and wait. We just installed Windows in less than 10 minutes. But of course, without the updates, it's not a completed install. i9 started with the 12th generation, so that means we've got technically 2 generations of the i9. Got it. What's the actual most high-end i9? How many cores and how fast does the fastest, most expensive i9 run at? And how much different is the laptop version than the desktop version? Because I know the i9 is a hot running chip, but I do think they do have them available in the laptops, but not the fastest. There's our video. The video driver just got installed. That's why the screen just went blank. Okay, it looks like for our first batch of updates, it wants a restart. Let's see if the touchpad's working yet. No, it's not. We still have to rely on our USB plugged in mouse. So we're going to restart the machine. We're going to solidify a lot of these first-time preliminary updates, which are basically, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Prerequisite updates for later updates. Thank you, Brian. Thank you for the visits. Hey, Brian, would you be up for one of those conversations like I did with my friend in South Carolina? Did you see that conversation several days ago? Intel Core i9, 13900K, Core i9, 13th generation Raptor Lake, 24 core, 8P plus 16E, P core, base frequency of 3 gigahertz, E core, base frequency 2.2 gigahertz, LGA 1700, 125 watt, Intel UHD graphics, 770 desktop processor, BX 807-1513900K. Wow. Cool. Thanks, Brian. You're making me look good. I don't have time to Google all this stuff when I'm trying to make myself literally look good. So once that is updated, I'll USB plug in her old hard drive and I'll drag all her profile folders over. I'm just going to leave them on the desktop because I have a suspicion that she's already confidently backed up to the cloud, but of course I don't want to confuse anyone with an ambiguous conversation and wait till she shows up because she can always delete that folder if that is the case. I'm going to stand next to her while she installs Office 365 and does the OneDrive login anyway. Show up in the YouTube chat. If you like to show up and say hi, do it through the chat. Or give me a call, 855-434-8787. If you want to have a technical conversation, that's fine. But that's pretty much all this is about. I try to show up on a schedule, but more lately it's been whenever the work comes in. If it makes sense, I'll film it. And now finally I've got a more proper set. If you've been with me long enough, you know that it's been a long, tedious, arduous experience. Now I have a bigger office as of 4 months ago. I have enough room to actually do something interesting. So it'll get more and more interesting, but of course I can't invest too much time if I'm getting paid to do a house call, and also I can't be throwing too much money at this YouTube set if I'm not making billions of dollars. So yeah, you do an interview, just need to have a good agenda of what to talk about. Yeah, have some show notes of your own and ask me the questions. We can have a private chat just before and pretend that it's totally random if you want. That'd be cool. I was actually surprised I managed to figure out streaming someone else's live feed better than I expected. So basically that friend Patrick zoomed off of his phone and I was able to take that video image I knew it wasn't difficult. I just didn't know how to do it since I'm so ill-experienced. How's this thing doing here? It's rebooting. Cool. All right. We're almost there. I wonder if the mouse is working yet. No, it's still not working. So let's go back to Device Manager and see how many of these drivers are now installed. Okay, still a bunch are missing, which is fine. This is just normal setup. Settings. Windows Update. Looks like they're already doing some more updates without me even getting in there. It also looks like the audio driver is still not installed. And there we go. Hurry up and wait. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to do this 2 or 3 more times before all the Windows updates are done. Sweet. Yeah. So install Zoom on your phone. I like how, because I wasn't paying for Zoom, I was cut off at 40 minutes. So if we want to use Skype or something that doesn't cut off, because I'm not going to pay $150 a month or a year for Zoom. If I had more people showing up and wanting to do interviews, I might. Alrighty. Looks like I don't have that much more to show you. I don't have the room to plug in this new desktop here. I'll do that after this laptop is done. This customer, I got another customer that needs to pick up this desktop here. That's all done. That's pretty much it. Hey, Brian, are you going to be around later? Oh, you know what I can try? You know what? I just realized. Let's do this. Yes. What I can actually do, since I got a working monitor that's not being used. Oh, this is one of those older HPs. Got it. What I think I could do let's two-time this. Let's do double time. I think I got the resources to do 2 computers at once. Well on camera. I mean, I got other disk space. I can theoretically do 4 or 5. Cool. That'll be fun. You got any other friends that might be interested in having a chat live? We can either do it another time or all of us do a group chat. Either way. Let's see. How do I want to do this? We are. Got it. There we go. There we go. Oh, this machine does have onboard graphics. Oh, it's got 2 HDMIs. That's interesting. Oh, that's right. I need to plug this. I need to pull his hard drive out. You heard that conversation. I got to see if he's got data on there he cares about. Let's see here. Oh, that's going to need a big old screwdriver. Oops. Oh, this one's a flathead screwdriver. That's weird. That's a weird HP thumb screw. I gotta find a flathead. Well, that's the weirdest screwdriver. I'm gonna need a flathead screwdriver to get into this machine. Let's see. Got a big nasty flathead screwdriver right here. Again, until further notice, I'm going to have to be tied down with this lapel mic until I can figure out a more reliable way to move around and still be heard. Okay, so I'm going to pull the hard drive out of this HP. Oh, what a crappy screw. All right. I can barely get enough purchase to get the flathead to do its job. Check this out. The HP screw. I can't tell you. Let's see here. There we go. Check out how crappy this thumb screw is on that desktop. There's hardly enough plastic, and it's plastic, so if I stripped it, oh, I see. It's got a Torx on the inner side of the screw. Let's see if I can get the zoom to work. It's got Torx on the inside and flathead on the out. It was way too tight for me to use my bare hands. Wow, it's kind of dirty in here. Wow, that's a dirty setup. Well, Brian, check out how dirty this is. Kind of filthy, huh? I got to pull some data off of that drive. This is the internal. Wow, that's a dirty. Well, he lives at the beach, so this is relatively common. He must live pretty close to the strand. Let's go back to the laptop camera there. Ooh, it's filthy. I don't know why HP does a ground strap on their SATA cables. I'm actually going to blow some of this dirt out of here. Ooh, that was filthy. Now my hand's freezing. Yeah, the leaf blower. Yeah, that's right. All right, so I got carpet. I'll vacuum it later. That's what happens when you live by the beach. You don't realize how dirty it is. All right, is this going to take a third hand to get this drive out of here? There. Okay. That drive is now out. Okay, so now what I need to do Where is got it. There we go. Oh, I'm going to have to take these screws off. Yeah, these are the screws I'm used to HP pissing me off with. They're flathead and hex right here. Hold on. Those are the screws that piss me off. In order for this drive to fit in my dock, flathead. Okay, that's one screw. Thank you, Brian, for showing up. You do make me look good. Have a good dinner. I hate flathead. It probably took 10 minutes to invent the Phillips head screwdriver. How long does it take to stab yourself with a flathead first? Okay. This is dock 3. Oh, that's not plugged in. Okay, so I just plugged in that USB dock. Have an excellent dinner, Brian. Okay, so now I've just plugged that hard drive into my personal desktop. And now let me go grab whatever content this customer isn't sure about. Technically, he kind of implied he's fine with me just wiping it, but of course I really have to assume the customer doesn't know what they actually care about. So, here, in case you're curious, let's see here, let's go. Okay, so you can see what I'm up to here. I'm going to be grabbing this customer's data. I USB connected his desktop hard drive into my desktop, and that is what you're looking at. So, we're just going to have to wait for the permissions to be pushed through so we can have access to his Josh U folder. Let me see if I can give you guys a better view of this. Let's see here. Let's fix this. Full set camera. There. Let's move this over here. Let's go to YouTube on the phone and see how that looks. Can you hear me? Good, audio's good. So what you're looking at right now is me grabbing this customer Josh's data from his internal drive. Oh, let's see about this laptop here. No, the laptop is still doing its downloads and the mouse is still not working. Oh, we got to do another round of restarts. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So I'm doing double duty right now. I'm dragging data from that desktop hard drive, and I'm doing some updates on this laptop. Let's see if that helps with reflection here. We're almost there. Cool thing about me working in real time without editing this content is that you do get to see in real time how long it takes to do the work. So once this laptop is rebooted, it'll probably have 1 or 2 more reboots before all the updates are said and done. We'll make sure, we'll go into the device manager and make sure everything's populated. Oh, by the way, you want to make sure that all the drivers are actually installed, because even if you don't have exclamation points in the device manager, it doesn't necessarily mean you're not missing drivers. It is possible that things like the camera still need its driver installed. I gotta figure out my camera. There we go, there we go. Let's try that. Nope, I'm gonna have to physically. There we are. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to sit over here. There we go. Let's take a look at this other desktop hard drive. Oh, there, no, I forgot I had that view. Or was it screen capture, no camera? That's what I want. There. Okay, so it looks like it's almost done. That implies he has at least a small amount of data. The longer that takes, this is what I'm talking about right here. The longer this green line takes to get all the way across, the more data is likely in his profile. So, alrighty. Let's go back to, okay, so this laptop, this HP laptop is just about done. What did I just do? Oh, frickin'. Hold on, I think I bumped something. I bumped the drive. How annoying. Oh, the power button came loose. All right. Really? That HP is this not working? I'm gonna have to come up. All right. Just a second. All right, let's see. Hey, mouse is working. Look at that. Let's do some more updates. Attention needed. That means there's more updates to go. And this drive, I think I need to get a new USB dock, because the one I've been using for several years is starting to become less reliable. I thought I bumped it, and it turns out not to be the case. Well, that's a real bummer. I'll have to play with that in a little bit. Okay, now we have a working touchpad. So we're going to do that final collection of updates. Yes, I think. Let me see here. Yeah, I think this dock, this USB dock for a internal desktop or a laptop hard drive, is starting to show signs of fatigue. It's become a less reliable setup here. Let me try one more time. Or I'm going to have to go dig around the shop and find my other ones. I don't think that's working. Let's see here. Let's try this. Okay, now we got power to that drive. Alrighty, there we go. We have access to this drive again. Okay, drive show up. Alrighty. Restart now. We still have some restarts to do. That should be the final update. There might be a couple updates available after this. There's our drive. Users, Joshua, continue. And this is what I'm up to. So I'm going to grab this folder from the desktop profile folder called Joshua U or Josh U. Drag it to a safe location. In essence, the folders most of us care about: the desktop, the documents, the favorites, the pictures, the videos. I'll go to his local. I don't think this customer has Microsoft Office on this machine, but normally the PSD files for Outlook are stored in the Microsoft local folder as a hidden folder, so you do need to know to look for that. But that's the sort of thing I'm going to make sure that this customer hasn't forgotten about, because I'm the expert. I have to assume he doesn't know what data he's forgotten about. So even though he's kind of implying it's not a big deal if I don't save his data, I'm going to save his data. Okay, so now I'm going to do one more batch of updates on this laptop. It looks like I might be done doing updates. No, it looks like I got one more batch of updates. Let me show you what that is. There we go. Looks like this laptop is just about ready for me to take that USB drive and grab data. So we're going to restart. And that HP will be ready. Let's check what else we got going here. Screen capture, no camera. Let's minimize this. Okay, so we're still waiting on the permissions to be brought to the surface and allowing us access to the profile folder called Josh U. And those are the folders we care about. Okay, so since we're still waiting on that, let's go back to this HP laptop, which is technically a fully functional machine now that all the updates are done. Again, like I said earlier, we want to make sure everything's working like the camera. Let's make sure we don't have additional drivers that might be missing. Device manager. Let's see if all those are populated. Yeah, it looks like they are pretty much populated. Let's go here and check the obvious. Camera app. Let me make sure that that's working. Yeah, sure, why not? There, camera works. Good. Can you tell that's how I've learned the lesson the hard way? My camera's not working. The population in Device Manager showed that all the drivers were there. So, all right, camera's working. Audio's working, network card's working. Let's make sure the Wi-Fi card's working. Yes, that's working. This HP is ready for data to be thrown on it. So what I'm going to do is make that laptop drive from the old computer a USB drive. Where is that little adapter? Oh, you know what? Now that I got this little drawer here, this is what I was looking for. Right here. This is going to take our internal drive from the old machine and turn it into USB. USB is able to fire these laptop drives without too much issue. Okay. Now I'm going to plug in this USB drive. And I'm going to grab over the profile picture, just like the profile folder, just like I'm doing for the desktop. Which reminds me, let's go check on that. Screen capture. Okay, we're still waiting on the permissions to finalize on the desktop hard drive. So let's go back. All right, actually, that might be worth. Let's do this. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab the content from the old hard drive. We're going to go to the D drive in this case. And then her folder is the admin folder. And there we go. We're going to do the same thing for this laptop. So one of the things you want to make sure you're doing, because this is a laptop, well, actually, even if this were, my personal desktop is not problematic because the sleep is already turned off. But what you want to make sure is that the sleep is turned off. So we're going to go to Control Panel. And we're going to make sure that this laptop is not set to go to sleep while we're transferring gobs of data. So we're going to go to Power Options, change when this machine sleeps, and we're going to go, right now it's set to 4 minutes, so it's a good thing. Never. Never. Now we got a full battery here. I haven't bothered to pull the charger out, but I am in a few minutes. So we're going to go grab the data. This customer may or may not already have backed up to the cloud, but for the sake of reliability, I'm going to go ahead and take the liberty of grabbing data off the USB SATA drive from the old machine and assume the customer is not already cloud backed up. Alrighty, there we go. Brian, our friend, is out to dinner. Oh, I've been live for over an hour. How are you, everyone? Okay, I don't know that I have a whole lot more to show you until something changes. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on. So we're still waiting on the same thing on both machines. We're breaking through the permissions on that desktop HP. I think he has more data than he realizes. Otherwise, this would already be done for both of these drives. I can tell just by how long this is taking. They both have significant amounts of data, whether they care about it or not. Let me check myself. I can't really watch myself. Can you hear me? Good. Good. Audio's good. So what you're looking at right now, me grabbing this customer Josh's data from his internal drive. Oh, let's see about this laptop here. Yeah, the laptop is still doing its downloads, and the mouse is still not working. Oh, we gotta do another round of restarts. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it. But I am essentially just going to pull data from the original drives to the new setup for both the laptop and this desktop. I had to pull out the desktop hard drive specifically so I could grab data, and then I'll put it back, and then I'll reinstall Windows. I'm guessing this machine, because I know the hardware, this desktop that came in that you caught live is an older HP, so it's going to be Windows 10 on that machine. The laptop has Windows 11. Yeah, both these machines have a fair amount of data. This here, the Asus, is the original laptop right here. There's our internals. Technically a fully functional machine, but the drive was showing its age with slowness. That's pretty much it. Show up in the chat, say hi, give me something to talk about. Call me live, 855-434-8787. Alrighty. No changes yet. And both these drives are just chugging along. Let me try something here. Let's see here. Let me do this. YouTube. Recordings. There we go. Okay, how about I play the conversation I had with Josh that came in with the HP desktop, and then you can see how my job starts with the customer. Let's see here. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so while we're watching that HP, let's have a conversation on how my interaction with the customer can start.
This call is being recorded. If you do not wish to be recorded, disconnect at this time.
Hi, this is Chris.
Yeah, hi, Chris. I have an HP laptop Chromebook that got damaged coming from Hawaii when I was traveling back, and the screen cracked.
That's a different car. That's a different call. Hold on, let me see here. Oh, this is the one I went to play.
This call is being recorded. If you do not wish to be recorded, please disconnect at this time.
Hi, this is Chris.
Hey, Chris. My name is Josh. I live in Hermosa Beach. And I kind of did something stupid this morning.
All right.
I got some fucking thing, said Geek Squad.
Oh, what a design flaw. This phone requires me to look at it.
Going to charge your account for renewal of services of $339. So I called them. I said, "What is this?" And they're like, "Oh, you need to fill out this form to get the refund of the money." And so then I was like, I said, "You can't refund the money or cancel the thing, whatever. It's a scam. It's a Geek Squad scam. You probably heard about it."
Yeah.
And so they downloaded something, and I'm like, this doesn't seem right. And then I just turned off my computer because it says computer updating, do not turn off computer. And I'm like, this doesn't seem right. And so I just turned off the computer, and I don't want to turn it back on and have it continue to update. I don't know what my option is here. What we got?
Recommendation is, I'll talk to you for free if you want to just bring it by. But ultimately, since neither one of us can confidently say what they might have installed on the machine or what you might have installed by clicking on something, I would generally recommend reinstalling Windows totally and making it factory new all over again.
So buy a new Windows?
No, you don't have to buy a copy of Windows. I could totally reinstall Windows on that hardware, which would make it like new.
What do you charge for that?
$100.
Consider it done.
All right, I'll be at the shop now. I'm just getting out of the car if you want to drop it off.
Yeah. Okay. What's your Well, I'm headed to lunch right now, and then I could probably drop it off at like 1:30.
Yeah, I'll be there.
What's your address?
713 South PCH.
That's in Manhattan Beach.
No, that's Redondo. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've only been in Redondo for about 4 months.
Oh, Redondo Beach, 713 South PCH, Redondo. Okay, great. I will go to lunch, go home, grab that thing, bring it to you, and have you fix it.
Thanks. I'll see you a bit.
All right, man. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so that was the phone call leading up to the HP that we're working on and getting data off of, and then I'm going to reinstall Windows on that machine. So it looks like the laptop, which is basically finally given us access to the USB drive from the original laptop. Let's see here. Where is this here? I'm corded down. All right, there we go. All right, okay, so the laptop has given up access. Oh, no, it hasn't yet. That's a Windows glitch. So we're still waiting on that to give us access. Let's see if this other hard drive. Nope, it has not. So there we are. Let me play that other phone call I had that got this laptop in here.
This call is being recorded. If you do not wish to be recorded, please disconnect at this time.
Hello, this is Chris.
Hi, Chris. My name is Leilani Havens, and I was in a couple weeks ago with a computer, the Asus,
Yes.
that was going really slow. I got a new computer, and I would like to set up a time to come by so you can transfer old to new.
Okay.
That's what we're doing
I'll
on
be
this
at the
laptop.
shop in about
here.
1 with that.
Oh, my phone.
Would that work?
Let's start over.
My name is Leilani Havens, and I was in a couple weeks ago with a computer, the Asus,
Yes.
that was going really slow. I got a new computer, and I would like to set up a time to come by so you can transfer old to new.
Okay. I'll be at the shop in about 1. Would that work?
After 1 o'clock? Okay, that'll work.
All right. Cool.
Great.
I'll see you then.
Thank you. All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that's where we stand with this laptop you're staring at. I basically totally reinstalled Windows 11, so it minimizes all the intrusion. Basically, it makes it a more reliable experience, minus the retail free software that we all get stuck with. I've had machines come in here out of the box, not working, because an exact configuration of Windows was not beta tested with an exact configuration of Dropbox or Norton or McAfee or one of those free utilities we often get stuck with, killing the machine's ability for the keyboard driver to function reliably. So that's an obvious argument for let's just start over and not have any aftermarket retail partially tested software installed on brand new hardware. So that's where we stand. That's why you come to me, and I will totally reinstall Windows, and then I'll hold your hand putting on the software that you know you want, and not all the retail crap that's going to slow you down and make you a less reliable experience. Okay, so we're waiting on the HP to give us data. I think she has a fair amount of data on her original machine, which is ultimately, well, you know what? This hard drive is actually a bad drive, so it might not be that she has a huge amount of data. It might be that the drive is just being slow, because it's often, or usually, the way a failing hard drive shows its ailing ways. Where are we here? It's just chugging along. Let me go ahead and check on this HP, doing the same thing. Yeah, they're both just chugging along. I actually don't know how healthy the original hard drive in this desktop might be. But that is where we stand. I don't think I have any other interesting phone calls to show off as we speak. Let's see here. I can't tell how long these recordings are. Some of these longer conversations are really interesting to listen to and are of value to you. I've been thinking of playing them solo, basically on YouTube, but I have to be able to make it sort of interesting. Okay, the HP still is not giving us data. I'm going to end up having to pull the power plug, so we need to make sure it's not going to die on us. Is this the new? Oh, that's the ASUS power. And then the HP. I'm sorry, there we go. ASUS power goes there. Lenovo power here, and it's USB. Yeah, USB-C has become more and more the common way to light up a laptop. Obviously, that doesn't necessarily work for a large, garish gaming rig. But it works, usually. So let's go ahead and plug this laptop in just in case this takes a while. I have power. Don't need that here. There. Power, power, power. Which one of these is the power? Good. I think we're good. All right. HP, is it still going? Oh, that clicking I'm hearing is a USB mechanical drive from the HP, the laptop. I'm sorry, I keep calling the laptop an HP. The ASUS hard drive out of the original laptop is making all sorts of rattles. Shake, rattles, and rolls. Yeah, the HP, which is the drive I'm looking at, is taking its time. Let's see here. We're almost there. Come on. I was hoping I could get this done before I have to get off the air because I like showing the work in real time without editing. I think we're just about good. All right, I really don't think I have a whole lot more to talk about, so I can't justify staying live right now, but I'll probably be back a little bit later when it comes down to reinstalling this HP with the hard drive physically installed and the data transferred. That might be worth showing off. But anyway, if this is the sort of interaction you like, I actually encourage you to show up in the YouTube chat and ask me questions there and give me stuff to talk about. Or if you want a live conversation, give me a call at 855-434-8787. That's pretty much it. I'm going to take off for now. I'll be back a little bit later. South Bay Tech Gurus, signing off. Hey, look at that. I was about to sign off, and of course, that's when it presents its data. There, the HP is showing us the data we care about. So I'm going to, I'm in the admin folder. I'm going to select, I'm going to do Control, Documents, Desktop, Downloads, Favorites, music, pictures, videos, maybe my scans. I think that should be the bulk of the folders most of us care about. And then I'm going to drag, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder. Show more options, that's a Windows 11 issue. Here I have new folder, and we're going to drag it into that new folder. So yeah, there's more than 84 gigs in that folder. Now, I'm going to keep it all in that folder just for housekeeping, just in case she's already backed up to the cloud and can easily delete that one folder. If I think I'm doing her a favor in putting all her stuff in the folders that she would normally work out of, then the cloud backup is going to be kind of doubling up on data, and that can get confusing for both me and the customer. So ultimately, that's what I wanted to show you live. I'm going to take off now, and that's also what I'm going to do for this HP. So what you're seeing on camera is an Asus USB drive plugged into the brand new healthy Lenovo drive or a computer. And then I'll present it to the customer. The customer will stand next to me, and I'll help them install Office and any other paid-for software that she might need help with. That's pretty much it. Now I'm going to sign off. Now I'm done. Yeah, it looks like our ETA is about 50 minutes for 84 gigs of data. Show up, say hi, give me a call, 855-434-8787. Show up in the chat, have a conversation there if you don't want a full conversation on the phone. See you later.